Thank you, everyone. I think this is the last session. I'll try to be very quick and just talk on few summary points. So I'm going to talk about the intelligent HR function driving smarter decisions with AI-powered analytics. So we'll just talk about two major topics. One is intelligent decisions, and then how we can make it more smarter. So before that, my name is Shashank Diwan. I don't belong to the HR team, but I have been working with HR from a very long time within the organization, making sure, we help HR to kind of work together with us, making sure they have the right technology and the tool. This was my last slide, sorry. I wanted to say thank you to all the HR and to my team also, because you guys are the one who do the very difficult job managing the humans, right? So that's why, and honestly, as a leader, we are never happy with the HR because there are always challenges. We fight with each other. We try to, blame them that you're not giving us the right talent. Things are taking time. The team is not happy with you. Whatever it is, but end of the day, I think the toughest job is managing the human, which definitely AI cannot do. So, and also getting us the right talent, because we say that every hire is $1 million investment, and we truly believe that, and we have seen that throughout our journey. So, on the next topic, I'll just talk about the HR transformation journey, which I have seen. Maybe I'm not totally 100% right, but when we started the organization, I still remember we were like 10 people company, and we were the HR, we were the admin, we were managing everything. So we started as HR as a function more like administrative, where we're just managing things, very manual, Excel sheets, just talking to candidates and all that, which over time become more strategic, where we are talking about having talent management, using right tools to manage the HR. So it went from more administrative to strategy oriented, because the organization started growing and everyone started seeing the value of HR. And now, since we are in AI era, it is now becoming more intelligent. So we have to make sure, as an HR function, HR cannot be a supportive function anymore. So we need to make sure, we bring that intelligence into the HR function as well. So we'll see how we can do that. And I'll show you one of the examples within our organization, how we actually help the HR to make sure they are making right and intelligent decisions. So, biggest problem. Data rich, but no insights. I think in some of the sessions I have heard that as HR, we have lots of tools within the organization, right? We have tools for LMS, we have tools for maybe recruitment, and all of sort of stuff. But all the tools, they're not talking to each other. That's one problem. Somehow people are solving that problem, that at least all tools should be aggregated and start talking to each other. But think about it, even though they start talking to each other, we're going to have lots of data, right? So we still have data, but the data is not making right decisions to us. So that's one of the challenge we have. Then HR is generating lots of reports every time, coming up with HR tools, KK. But we always had a problem that HR teams comes very prepared for a CEO meeting, but suddenly CEO asks out of the syllabus question, and they're not able to answer that. Why? Because they have limited data into their Excel files, and that Excel or tools cannot generate the intelligence. So those are lots of challenges we have faced within our organization also. So I'll talk about our organization use case. So we are into 27 years into tech industry. We provide IT solutions to majorly North America, and then Middle East, India, Southeast Asia also. 4,000 plus employees, 3,000 employees plus 1,000 consultants in the company. 10,000 employees overall have been, employed by Netlink in last 27 years. I would say more than 10,000, I would say. And then we also had learning and development. So I don't know how many hours of training we have been done through. Then we had multiple tools. We had HR separate, learning and development separate, appraisal system is a separate tool. So within the organization, we were also facing challenges that whenever we want to get some value out of HR, some intelligence that how we should make our future decisions, that's where the answer they were not able to give us. So we are facing that as a challenge, a big challenge. And one thing we are asking ourselves that, guys, being an IT tech organization, we are not able to solve the problem for ourselves, then how we can solve problems for our customer? So that was the challenge going through the organization. And then, so hold your thoughts for a minute. The problem statement is, we have lots of data, we have to consolidate, we have to create insights. And since we are talking in AI era, we have to generate AI insights. And then the most important thing is predictions, how we can actually make predictions out of the data we have. I just wanted to introduce a very quick tool, Luminar. Luminar is also evolved in last 8 years. We created this tool as a reporting tool initially, not for HR specific, a generic industry tool. Created for reporting, then we came into intelligence, and now using Luminar, we are actually building decision intelligence for any industry, whether it's human resource, manufacturing, automotive, everywhere. This is some data about Luminar. I'll not go through in every detail, but you can see all the buzzwords like machine learning algorithm, then AI powered, Gen AI, NLM, lots of stuff, visualization, analyze, actionize, modernize. And then we have some patents, 7,000 plus dashboard. So we've done a lot of work, and this work has been done for our customer. So now come back to the problem statement we had is, how we make sure that all the tools we are using within HR, we can integrate, we can consolidate the data, we can create the insights from that particular data, and then how we can do a predictive analytics. So using Luminar, what we are doing is, if you see all these 3 problem statements, majorly, there might be more problem, but majorly these 3 problems, how we are solving those problems. We have frameworks tool which are using for consolidating the data. We are not asking the HR team that now you have to use a new tool, because they don't want to use a new tool. So what we are doing is, we are making sure that you do whatever you want to do, just give us the source of your data. So we are collecting data from Excel files, KK is an HR tool, and there are lots of internal tools also. So that is one part. And then Luminar is giving us the intuitive visualization, conversation analytics, and top of it, the predictions, which is all AI generated. So the part number 1, the data consolidation. It's getting more technical, but I'm still trying to make it easier for everyone to understand. So what we are trying to do is, we can still use the tools we are using currently as an organization, whether your HR system, recruitment platform, payroll, or maybe Excel files. So what Luminar does and how we are using Luminar is, we are consolidating all the data into one data structure, or you can say a single source of truth. Until unless we have data in one place, AI cannot generate the insights. Any tool cannot generate the insights. So we are using Luminar for doing that. Different sources, format, structure, whatever it is, we are consolidating the data all together in one single place. Then second part is AI-driven insights. So we are putting AI, algorithm, LLM on top of the data and generating all these kind of dashboards. Not plain dashboards. You can go in every single detail, slice and dice the data, get into a very minute details also, whether it's L&D or checking your iteration in the company, or your recruitment process, or your demand and fulfillment. Plus, what we have given the HR team is AI-driven insights in terms of a chatbot. So it's a normal chatbot, but what it gives you is in data in proper dashboard, proper format. So you can see, you can just chat, I want to see recruitment happen in last 1 month, and it will give you all the insight in a proper data format. It's a chatbot, so you can ask any question out of your data. The last one is the predictions, which is a new thing which we are trying to put more emphasis on. So let's say we have 27 years of data, and we can predict that what is going to be our attrition rate, or how many people we have to hire to make sure we are able to supply the demand. So there are lots of AI algorithms we have been using for forecasting, doing the trend analysis, sentimental analysis, and all sort of stuff. So very quickly, if I summarize, what we have seen and what we have solved, one is the problem, which is we all have data, but we are missing insights. What is the solution? A platform. I'm not saying that Luminar can be only platform which can solve the problem, but we need to make sure that we have an AI tool which can solve the insights problem. Combination of this is basically what we can do is we can achieve the intelligence level, because I think in every organization, the leadership management is expecting more insights from HR. It's not just the report, but more future-ready analytics out of it. What kind of L&D you have to do, what kind of recruitment we have to do, how we can define the career path for each and every employee. All sort of information prediction can be done by an AI-driven tool. And that's it. Thank you. I wanted to make it short.